Good morning, students. Today we will start with our new chapter. It is applications of integral. So here we will be discussing that is the major application of integration, and what is that? It is finding the area under the curve, right? So if I have like this, I just take an example. We are just taking our Cartesian system here, right? So if I am having here any curve, okay, any curve is given here, and this curve, if I say it is y equals to f of x curve is given. So remember, whenever y equals to fx curve is there, actually it is y equals to some function, and every function we can plot, and corresponding to which we will get our curve. It can be a straight line also, it can be a simple curve also, right? So whenever we draw the curve, and if see, as I keep on increasing the or decreasing the value of x, corresponding to which the values of y will get, and we are getting our curve. Now the thing is, if I just want the area bounded by this curve between, if I say this is the line x equals to a line, and another line if I draw x equals to b line, okay, and I want to know this region, that means the region bounded by the given curve y equals to fx between these two ordinates. What are the ordinates? X equals to a and x equals to b, and definitely it is bounded by x-axis also. If you notice, I have not shaded the whole region below x-axis, I have just shaded the region bounded by x-axis and the ordinates x equals to a and x equals to b. So if I want to find this region, that what is the area bounded by this given curve and two lines x equals to a and x equals to b line, then this area is actually integral a to b f of x dx only. And in our chapter integration, when we discussed definite integral, we have done many sums like this, integral a to b, where a and b will be some values. The function, if it is in terms of x, the variable of integration also will be x only, and which we can integrate. After that we can apply our limits to get the answer. Okay, so here this integral a to b, in general integral a to b fx dx, it always gives us the area bounded by that curve between these two ordinates x equals to a and x equals to b. Okay, so this curve I have taken if I am finding the area bounded by x-axis. Clear? Now what if I have another curve? Let me draw another curve here. Again I am taking the system. Okay, so if I have another curve like this, the curve is going like this, that means the curve is now about y-axis, it is not about x-axis, the curve is about y-axis, and I want the area bounded by these two lines y equals to a and the other line is y equals to b line, plus the area bounded by a positive y-axis. I want to find this area now. So what I will do, if I just turn my page like this, okay, and what I am getting, the area is now x-axis has become y-axis, and the area is from y equals to a to y equals to b. So our function, definitely the curve, since it is along y-axis, so here our function will be f of y. Okay, and when I integrate the function f of y with the limits from y equals to a to y equals to b, I will get this area bounded by a positive y-axis and the lines y equals to a to y equals to b. So how we will write down this area? Then the area we will write down here, area will be equals to integral a to b, and this will be f of y dy. Okay, so if from here I can say, if the function is given in terms of y, then I have to take the limits also along y-axis. If the given function is in terms of x, then I will be taking the limits also along x-axis. And in few sounds by default it will be given, right? It will be given the lines are like that, and if it is not given, we are free to decide along which axis you want to find the integral by taking the limits. So now the next thing I have written here f of y. Here we said the function means the curve is y equals to fx. So y equals to fx function is there. So here when I say the curve is f of y, so this f of y I can say it is x equals to f of y curve, right? And this integral I can also say it will be integral a to b x dy, because what is x? X is actually f of y. Okay, so it will be f of y dy. Don't think that this x is a variable. Okay, this x is actually this curve f of y only. So it is not necessary that you have to write down in this form. You can always write down the integral in this form, f of y dy, the limits from a to b, where what is a? A is y equals to a line to y equals to b line. Clear? Okay. The next thing, so what we are discussing here, we are discussing how to find the area under the curve. Remember, we always find the area under the curve only, not above the curve. Okay, so area under the curve only we will be finding. Above the curve so we can't do. So area, when I am finding the area, it has to be bounded by above curve is given and below I am bounding it by x-axis, and we have taken here two lines also. If I don't take these two lines, that means it will be my indefinite integral. Then it will be simple integral fx dx without limits. So that will be the answer in terms of variable, which means by putting different values of x I will get corresponding value of the integral. But in application of integral when we are doing, that means when we are finding the area under the curve, it is must that it is bounded by any line or the curve. Okay, so this is the simple introduction. Now let us discuss one more thing. If I have taken the curve above x-axis, here also I have taken the curve bounded by positive y-axis. What will happen if this curve is below x-axis? Let us discuss that. So here if I take another curve, let me draw the curve. If I take another curve here, okay, and let me draw the curve. The curve is going like this. Okay, and I have to find the area bounded by this x-axis, bounded by this curve, and the values are given. It is given the line x equals to c to x equals to d line. We have these two lines, but the curve is now below the function. Okay, so since the curve is below the function, so what I am getting here, definitely the function will take the negative value, and here when we are finding the area, this area which is bounded between these two lines and the curve, right? So it is actually nothing else. I will just, if I just rotate my page like this, it has become now the area is like this, the area bounded by the curve and the lines, and it is bounded by x-axis also. The only problem is the curve is now below x-axis, so it means our area can come negative. So whenever our function is getting, means our integral answer, for example if I take here integral c to d and I am integrating it, it is coming minus of f of x. The limits again I am putting here c to d. So when I apply the limits, if the answer comes negative, so what we will do here, we will just take the modulus of the integral, right? What we will do, we will take the modulus of integral. Why? Because since we are calculating the area, and if I am calculating the area can't be negative. So just to avoid the negative sign, we will take the modulus of the integral. Or by chance, if you are not mentioning the modulus over the integral and your answer is coming negative, we will say ignoring the negative sign, this whatever value you are getting is the area, okay, since area can't be negative. That explanation also can be given. Clear? So this is how we will find. And in this chapter, when we are solving the sum, it is very important to draw the sketch of the figure. Whatever condition is given, according to that we have to draw the rough sketch, and then we will solve. And in the rough sketch we have to see, we have to draw what are the given lines, what kind of curve we have, okay, and what area we are supposed to find. So the area to be founded we have to shade also, and everything in the figure must be clear. So that is called rough sketch, and it is important to draw the rough sketch neatly. Okay, so now we will start with our exercise 8.1. The sums are very simple. Okay, so we will be starting with the first sum here, and in between, if anything else comes to my mind, anything important is there, we will be discussing that. So the only thing you have to take care of, you should know the formulas of definite integral, plus you should draw the rough sketch neatly with the help of pencil, so that the curve, the lines, limits, area to be calculated, all things are clear. Okay, so now we will start with our exercise 8.1. Okay, let us discuss here sum number 1, exercise 8.1, and the statement is we have to find the area of the region bounded by the curve y square equals to x. So here we will write down what is given. We will say the given curve. The curve is given y square equals to x, and the lines are given x equals to 1 line and x equals to 4 line. Okay, so what we have to find? We have to find the area bounded by given curve and lines, and bounded by the curve, the lines and x-axis. Okay, so first of all we should know what kind of curve is given. Y square equals to x, and this y square equals to x means, if you know, we have done the parabolas. Y square equals to 4ax. So this is the parabolic curve. X is positive, so the variable which is linear, that means the curve is open towards that axis. I hope you remember the concept of conic section. So now I am plotting the curve. The curve is like this. Okay, so we will say this is y square equals to x curve. Second thing, the lines are x equals to 1 line and x equals to 4 line. So let us draw. If I say this is 1 and here it is 4, so x equals to 1 line will be this, and x equals to 4 line also, if we plot, it is here. Okay, we have to find the area bounded by the curve, the lines and x-axis. So which area we are supposed to find? This line by the curve and line and x-axis. So this area we are supposed to find. Okay, so this area we have to find. The curve is given y square equals to x. So from y square equals to x, okay, what we have to do, we will write down here y square equals to x. So y will be equals to root x. So this is our function. Function we are getting from the given curve. Y square equals to x means the value of y will be root x. This is our function. What will be the limits? Limits are given that we have to find the area bounded by these two lines. What are the lines? The lines are x equals to 1 and x equals to 4. Okay, so these two ordinates 1 and 4, if I mention here, this is 1 comma 0 and this is 4 comma 0. So 1 and 4 ordinates are giving us the limits of the integral. Okay, so we will write down here required area. It will be integral 1 to 4 y dx. And what is y? Y is root x. So it will be 1 to 4 root x dx. And we know the integration of root x. It is x raised to power 3 by 2 divided by 3 by 2. The limits are 1 to 4. So which will be equals to 2 by 3 outside. Okay, when we put here 4, it will be 2 square 3 by 2, okay, minus 1 raised to power 3 by 2. So this 2 and 2 will get cancelled. 2 raised to power 3 will become 8. 8 minus 1 is 7. So 7 into 2 is 14. So 14 divided by 3 square units will be our answer. Since it is the area, so definitely it has to be square units. Clear? So this is the first sum, which is bounded by the lines x equals to 1, x equals to 4 and x axis. Okay, now we will discuss the next sum. Yes, now sum number 2 is given. We have to find the area of the region bounded by the curve. So let us write down what is the given curve. We have given curve is y square equals to 9x. So once again it is y square equals to 4ax. The value of 4a is 9. So it is again right-handed parabola. And the lines are given. The given lines are x equals to 2 and x equals to 4 and x-axis in the first quadrant. I think if I just draw the rough sketch, you people can easily do this sum, as I will not be solving it completely. So here the curve is y square equals to 9x. So once again it is our right-handed parabola. The line is x equals to 2. So if this is 1, let it be 2 and here it is 4. We have x equals to 2 line and x equals to 4 line. So this x equals to 2 line, x equals to 4 line. The question is, we will mention that this is y square equals to 9x curve. The question is, we have to find the area of the region bounded by curve. So the curve, then the line x equals to 2 and x equals to 4 and x-axis in the first quadrant. That means we are not supposed to go in this fourth quadrant, as actually our curve is symmetrical about x-axis. So whatever region it is covering above x-axis, same region is below x-axis also. But our question wants us to find the region only in the first quadrant. So once again this region we will be calculating. Okay, so this region will be again integral y dx. The ordinates will give me the limits. It will be 2 to 4. Okay, so you will just solve this integral. Y square equals to 9x, so y will be 3 root x. You can easily integrate, apply the limits. That will be the required area. Okay, and let us go to the next sum. Third sum is find the area of the region bounded by x square equals to 4y. Now x square equals to 4y is upward parabola, and it is given the lines are y equals to 2, y equals to 4 and y-axis in the first quadrant. So once again let us draw. So okay, let me write down here. This was sum number 2. Let us discuss here third sum. We will again write down what is given. So first of all, the curve is here x square equals to 4y. The lines are y equals to 2 and y equals to 4, and we have to find the area bounded by y-axis in the first quadrant. So again, when we just take the sketch, okay, since we know that this will be our upward parabola, okay, so I have taken the system in that way only, as we will be plotting the upward parabola. So it will go like this. Now we have, if this is 1, 2, 3 and 4, we have two lines, y equals to 2 line and y equals to 4 line. So y equals to 2 line will be this, y equals to 4 line will be here, and this curve is, what is curve? Curve is x square equals to 4y. The statement says we have to find the area bounded by y-axis in the first quadrant. So the area is bounded by y-axis and it is first in the first quadrant, so bounded by the curve and the lines. So this area, it means we will be finding, it has to be bounded from all the sides. So if you just notice, it is bounded by y-axis from this side. Here we have y equals to 4 line, y equals to 2 line. So it means if I just rotate it here, so it is like this. So 2 to 4 lines are there. This is the curve. So once again, it is area under the curve bounded by y-axis between the lines y equals to 2 to y equals to 4. So now abscissa 2 and 4 are giving us the limits, and the function, since we are finding the area along y-axis, the limits are given in terms of y. Remember, since the limits are given in terms of y, our function also has to be in terms of y variable only. Okay, so what we will get here, the required area will be, I am writing here, so required area will be here x dy, the limits are 2 to 4. Since the curve is given x equals to 4y, so the value of x will be here, it will be 2 to 4 2 root y dy. Okay, so it will be 2 root y dy, and we will integrate it, apply the limits. So the answer, whatever answer is coming into square units, that will be the area which we are supposed to find here. Okay, so the first three sums are like that only. We are having the curve and two lines which are giving us the limits, and we are easily doing it. So we will discuss now next sum, where we have the complete closed curve, ellipse is there. So here we will be discussing ellipse, then circle. These two closed curves are important closed curves in this chapter, for which we will be finding the area. So now we will discuss here sum number 4. So sum number 4, we have here closed curve, ellipse is given. It is find the area of the region bounded by the ellipse, and ellipse is x square by 16 plus y square by 9 equals to 1. So here given curve is x square by 16 plus y square by 9 equals to 1. Okay, so here comes the role of our conic section, where we have learned about the ellipse. Okay, so if you just remember, okay, let me give you just a small recap of that topic. So in the ellipse, if I have x square upon a square plus y square upon b square equals to 1, and this a is greater than b, then it will be horizontal ellipse. Okay, it will be horizontal ellipse, right? And we will be drawing the ellipse, and I hope you remember major axis, minor axis will be there, and a, what a, we will with the help of a we are getting the vertices of the ellipse also. So here a, the denominator of x square is greater, that means a is greater than b, so the given ellipse is also horizontal ellipse. So let us draw the ellipse first of all, as we have to find the area for the ellipse. Okay, so I am taking the system here, and when we draw the ellipse, okay, here, It is a rough sketch only, but your sketch should be neat and clean, and it should be equally distant from the origin on both sides. Okay, so this will be horizontal. Now the next thing here, this will be a comma 0. What is a here? 4. So this will be 4 comma 0, and this vertex will become then minus 4 comma 0. The value of b will give us here the length of the minor axis. So this will be 0 comma 3, as b square is 9, and this will be 0 comma minus 3, right? This is the center of the ellipse, 0 comma 0. There is no need to write down the foci, as we don't need, since we have to find the area bounded by this ellipse. So the whole region we have to find, this whole region bounded by this closed curve we are supposed to find. How we will do? One thing, if you people remember, the ellipse is symmetrical about x-axis as well as y-axis. Okay, and if I find this region, if I just find this region, means which I am shading with the blue ink, if I just find this region, and same region will be here, same region here, and in this place as well. So if I just find this region and multiply by 4, I will get my complete region bounded by the ellipse curve. Okay, so we will be focusing on finding this area only, and I will multiply it by 4. Clear? Right? Now this region is bounded by the ordinates, also we have 0 to 4, and along y-axis also I have 0 to 3, because this x-axis is representing the line also, this y-axis is also representing the line, and this is our curve. So the area is bounded by x equals to 0 to x equals to 4 line also. The area is bounded by y equals to 0 to y equals to 3 line also. Okay, we have two ways to find the integral, along x-axis as well as along y-axis. It is entirely our choice along which axis we want to find the area, right? So this thing is clear. Now the next question is, we need the function also to which we can integrate. So for that we will take our given curve. So we will write down here the curve x square by 16 plus y square by 9 equals to 1. So if I want to find the area along x-axis, I will write my entire function in terms of x-axis. So we will get here y square by 9 equals to 1 minus x square by 16, that is 16 minus x square upon 16. So the value of y square will be 9 by 16 into 16 minus x square, and which implies the value of y will be plus minus 3 by 4 into root of 16 minus x square. Now plus minus will come. If I am finding the area in the first quadrant, it will be positive only, since it is in the first quadrant, x, y both are positive. So we will just consider the positive sign here, right, as we are finding the area. So the curve we will just consider the positive, that way also you can consider. So the positive sign we will be taking. So function is ready. Integral is the integral limits I will take, since the function I am writing in terms of x variable. So I will take my limits along x-axis. It will be from 0 to 4, right? So our required area will be then, so let me write down here itself, required area will be then 0 to 4, 3 by 4 root of 16 minus x square dx. This 3 by 4 is constant, that we will bring outside, and integration of 16 minus x square. Now this formula we have done in exercise, I think 7.10 or 7. I think 7.7, if I am not wrong. Yes, we have the formula in exercise 7.7, integral of root a square minus x square. It is x by 2, the same root, plus a square by 2 sine inverse x by a. So that formula we will apply here, and then we will just take our limits to get the answer. Okay, so let me show you the calculation part for this sum, and then you people will be able to do the next sum, which is very similar to this sum number 4. So our integral will become 3 to 4, 0 to 4, root of 4 square minus x square dx. It is root a square minus x square. So a square minus x square dx formula is x by 2 root of a square minus x square plus a square by 2 sine inverse x by a plus c. This is the formula we have done in indefinite integral exercise 7.7. So that formula we will be applying here. So remember one thing, this area we are calculating for one portion of, means 1/4 part of the ellipse. So final answer will be 4 times. Okay, so this will be equals to 3 by 4. Let us apply. It is x by 2 root of 16 minus x square plus a square by 2 means 16 by 2 sine inverse x by a is here 4. Okay, the limits are 0 to 4. So what we will get here when we are applying the limits, upper limit will make 16 minus 16 0. So this 3 by 4 is outside, it will become 0 plus 8 sine inverse 4 by 4 will be 1. Okay, then minus lower limit when we apply, then 0 upon something it will become again 0, and here minus 16 by 2 sine inverse 0, and sine inverse 0 is again 0 only. So what we are getting here, 3 by 4 8 sine inverse 1 means pi by 2. Okay, so this is what we are getting here, 3 pi. Okay, so therefore area bounded by given ellipse, it will be 4 times this area. So what is that? It will be 12 pi square units. So this will be our answer for sum number 4. Similarly, sum number 5 you are doing, that is the denominator of y square is greater than x square, so it will be vertical ellipse. Sum number 6 also, area of the region in the first quadrant enclosed by x-axis, the line is given and circle is given. Okay, so you people can do here first 6 sums. That's it. So the remaining we will discuss in the next class. Thank you, students.